Greetings, you Spellgorger weirds. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. If you're not following the channel, please consider doing that. Today we're looking at a pack of War of the Spark, which was given to us by Kim in May 2019. So I assume via the mail. They are Toothwalker on Twitch or the Discord. What's up? By the way, we have a Discord as well. Discord.gg/LRR. You're welcome to come on by. Hang out. It's a cool place. You got to be nice. Which is like the bare minimum we should expect. Yeah, War of the Spark. Let's do it. Now, this is an English language War of the Spark. We do have some foreign language ones, but this will not have amazing, funky-looking anime planeswalkers like the Japanese packs. And that's fine, because War of the Spark is still a cool set. Nice. First up, there is no escape. 2 and a blue for an instant, counter target creature or planeswalker spell, and if it was countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into the graveyard. Also, you scry one. Yeah, sometimes you just really needed to make sure they did not get their planeswalker down. Next up, the Iron Bully. No bully. It's a 3-mana 1/1 artifact creature with Menace, and when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So, like, worst case, it's a 2/2 menace for 3 colorless. Yeah, sure, great. I quite like the Iron Bully. There was enough +1/+1 counter synergies floating around that I felt like Iron Bully did its work in Limited. Kraul Stinger. I'd tell you that's pronounced right. Kraul. Kraul. You got to get your lip movement in there. Kraul. And now it's just meaningless. Now it's just a meaningless noise. I've said it too many times. It's 2 and a green for a 2/2 with Death Touch, which was great because sometimes you just have to block. Thundering Ceratok. Oh, that would have been a good one for the top of the show, too. Greetings, you Thundering Ceratoks. Ooh, I like the feel of that one. Anyway, 4 and a green for a 4/5 with Trample. Like that, too. And when it enters the battlefield, other creatures you control gain Trample until end of turn, which I don't think ever came up. I was going to be, like... I was going to be generous and say, like, I don't think that came up very often. I don't think I ever saw that be relevant. But a 4/5 with Trample, yeah, that's good. Heartfire, oh, the Sacrifice deck. 1 and a red for an instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature or planeswalker, and it deals 4 damage to any target. Any target. You know how many games I lost and won by casting Heartfire becoming cast? The passive voice, because sometimes I was on the dying end of the Heartfire. Trusted Pegasus. Trusted Pegasus. 2 and white for a 2/2 flying Pegasus, as opposed to all those Pegasus that could fly but choose to walk. I don't know where I'm going with that. Whenever it attacks target attacking creature without flying, gains flying until end of turn. See, the flavor being that they're riding on the Pegasus, which you try not to think about too much when a Pegasus is making a Thundering Ceratok fly. Just imagining a rhinoceros climbing onto the back of a flying horse. Yeah. That's a rich mental image. Aven Eternal. That's a good one. 2 and a blue for a 2/2 flying zombie bird warrior. And when it enters the battlefield, you amass 1. I've been amassing on my own time during the pandemic, but hopefully once we get to go back outside, I'll be able to lose some of it. In Magic terms, that means you make an army, a small army to start with. But it's, let me just read the reminder text because I'm doing a terrible job. Put a +1/+1 counter on an army you control. If you don't control one, create a 0/0 black zombie army token first. So if you have no zombie army, then you make a 0/0 and you put a +1/+1 counter on it. You get a 1/1. If you already have one, let's say it's a 0/0 because they all start that way with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Then you amass, you put a 4th counter on it. So the army gets bigger, or the army shows up for the first time. And then you're left with a Windrake on this Aven Eternal. It's good. I made that far more complicated than it needed to be. High five, me. We're doing work today. Duskmantle Operative is 1 and a black for a 2/2 human rogue, and it can't be blocked by biggins. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater. They're too tall, and they aren't paying attention, and the Duskmantle Operative just runs between their legs. Yeah. That's my headcanon. New Horizons is 2 and a green for a land enchantment, and when it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, and the enchanted land has tap to add 2 mana of any one color. Very useful, especially in this set where you kind of wanted to splash some powerful planeswalkers. Our first uncommon, Tybalt's Rager. Tybalt throws some real ragers. 1 and a red for a 1/2 devil. And when Tybalt's Rager dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. And for 1 and a red, it also gets +2/+0 until end of turn. So it's got like the fire breathing, and then when it dies, you get to ping something. It is good. And all that for just 2 mana. Tybalt's Rager. Consider this devil. Sometimes I just feel like I have to sell these cards to you. I don't know why. I'm the advocate for the cards. This is the role I've chosen for myself. Bleeding Edge is next. This one. Now, Bleeding Edge, let me tell you, Bleeding Edge sells itself. 1 black for a sorcery, up to 1 target creature. Up to 1 target creature. Up to 1. So you don't need to do that. Huh. Let me finish reading all the text so this makes sense. Up to 1 target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Amass 2. So you get to kill something, and then you get to get a 2/2 army or make an army 2 counters bigger. But you can just do that. I didn't know you could do that. I don't know why you would. You'd have to be pretty desperate to do that. All right, here's a scenario. They have no creatures, and you have a 2/2 army, and they're at 4, and they're tapped out or whatever, and you just want to kill them this turn before they get to draw a card. So you just cast this, targeting no creatures, you amass, and you kill them. There. Best case scenario mentality. I have crafted a state where you would want to do that. The joke is this card was only just kind of fine in limited. So that was a real long walk to defend a card that's like pretty medium. How are you all feeling today? Huatli is next. The Sun's Heart. 2 and a Selesnya, which is green or white, for a 7 loyalty planeswalker. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness than its power. And for -3, you gain life equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. So whichever creature you have has whatever single creature has the highest toughness, you gain that much life. Huatli's fine. She's not astounding. What a role reversal. I wanted this card to be good. I never got to cast it. It seemed fun. Blue, red for a sorcery. Exchange control of 2 target permanents that share a permanent type. It just never There was no reason in this format to be running creatures that suck. Right? You never wanted to be like, all right, well, I'll take their very cool, massive bomb creature and I'll give them this absolute toilet creature over here. No, you just didn't want to give them an army. They could just make it bigger. You know, like you just didn't really get an opportunity to cast this too much. What else is going on here? Oh, I was like, there's still so many cards in my hand. So we got a swamp and a dragon token, but then we have a foil 10th District Legionnaire. Red, white, 2/2 with haste. And whenever you cast a spell that targets 10th District Legionnaire, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. And scry 1. So it's got heroic. Kind of. It's in the wrong set. Should have been Theros, Beyond Death. But it's here. Now, I don't know that I would take 10th District Legionnaire first, which is fine because it's also the reason this pack is worth anything, since the majority of the value is the $1.50 that this foil 10th District Legionnaire clocks in at. But otherwise, looking at the rest of the pack, I would probably, I mean, in my heart, I'd take Role Reversal and try to do something with it, but in truth, it's probably like Tybalt's Rager or Heartfire. Probably one of the red cards. Maybe Aven Eternal, perhaps. This is not a staggeringly powerful pack for this particular limited format. Hey, you know what? Maybe I do take the 10th District Legionnaire and just try to Boros people out while they're doing multicolored greedy Planeswalker shenanigans. That's viable. Don't anyone tell me it's not. But if you did, that would actually technically be YouTube engagement, which I guess is a thing that we want. So, leave a comment below. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today for the Crack-A-Pack. If you want to send us a pack, you can fire it towards our P.O. Box, care of Crack-A-Pack. And a reminder that everything we do is brought to you by you and our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Shoutouts to Corey for the edit. Thanks for watching. See you next time.